Just when you think this place can't get any dafter, you turn up and listen to that rubbish they're coming out with today.
Yes, that's Lee Anderson, the Tory MP, who's fast becoming one of the most popular politicians in the country because he's straight talking and he comes from a normal background and he's not from a political class. There's a kind of political family in that sense, like your David Camerons or George Osborne's. He is actually trying his best to fight for people up and down the country. He exposed the hypocrisy of the people on the left and the Labour side, because they say that France is such an unsafe country that every single person coming from there is an asylum seeker. No questions asked. So he completely destroyed and exposed them.
Speaker, now then, just when you think this place can't get any dafter, you turn up and listen to that rubbish they're coming out with today. But is the Home Secretary aware of the sniggering and smugness and delight shown by the out-of-touch opposition benches over the cancelled Rwanda flight? And can she please advise me, I need some travel advice, I'm going away this summer, is France a safe country to go to?
It's absolutely brilliant. It's a very, very good point. You make two good points, and Priti Patel, I'm going to show you her response. One was, why the Labour politicians, who are elected politicians and funded by the taxpayers, celebrating that the Rwanda flight didn't take off, so they don't want to protect our borders. Second point was about the joke about France being unsafe. But let's go to the first one, see what Priti Patel has to say.
Well, Madam Deputy Speaker, I think, if I may, I think for the benefit of probably the British people, actually, the public, I have here just 4 pages of a list of members opposite that's exactly making that point, with glee, basically, wanting the policy to fail, condemning it, saying all sorts of things, basically, without coming up with alternative solutions.
I mean, it is definitely a fair point, and we haven't really mentioned this, discussed this properly, even on this channel, let alone the rest of the mainstream media and all the others. It should not really be normal behaviour for the Labour politicians, who are still technically centre-left party, and one of the main two parties, as we said, funded by the taxpayer, elected by the electorate. They really shouldn't come out to celebrate when there's a victory against the country and our border security. It makes no sense, does it?
Is absolutely right when it comes to France as a safe country. And Madam Deputy Speaker, this is a fundamental principle in terms of working with our colleagues more broadly. More broadly, if you've already had your chance to speak, importantly, that these are safe countries and there are people that are effectively picking the UK to come to. That is something that we have to stop by going after the people smugglers and breaking up their business.
I mean, that's all good to say and hear, but for the love of God, do something about it, because at this point, people have no faith anymore. People are thinking, and I'm thinking that, well, maybe they don't really want to do anything about it, unless they actually have some sort of plan. And they have said that they are now going to override the ECHR supremacy over British law, well, of course, the English Bill of Rights that we had, and now we're going to have the British Bill of Rights and all these new mechanisms. Just do it, and then you can actually get the support back. And until then, maybe stop with the rhetoric and just pay attention to effort they're going to put in. Action speaks louder than word. I'll believe it when I see it. Thank you so much for all the support today. We're going to come back tomorrow with more updates on my Tousi, and we are the media.